Colonel, I think you're at the border in Panama, right? You're looking really good there. John, what you've been there now several days. What the hell is going on down there, John Mills?
Well, it is absolutely a total chaos. My good friends Ann Vandersteel and Michael Yan are down here and wanted me to come down and to witness this and see this. It is a mess down here. The Panamanians are expending immense resources to receive them. This incredible flow of migrants. We're talking about it used to be maybe 500 a day. Now it's like 2 to 3,000 a day. And this is immense resources that Panama doesn't have, and we're not paying Panama for this. We're encouraging, the WHO and other organizations are coming in and handing out rape kits, but all of this could be stopped with 2 or 3 sentences from President Biden. The border is closed. We're going to enforce the Monroe Doctrine. Everything would stop. But of course, he won't do that. But it is a mess. It is crushing Panama, and they're all headed north, right to the unprotected southern border. Total chaos, and we're enabling it.
Colonel, why the bums rush right now? We understand about 10,000 a day are coming in, setting all kinds of records. Why the bums rush?
Well, everybody knows that the border is open and unsecure. Everybody in the world knows that. So everybody's trying to come here. With the Chinese, we're seeing it is very insidious. Now, some look very fit. Definitely, always look at the teeth and always look at how fit do they look, because if they're fit, they got good teeth. Good chance they're military, and those are kind of the giveaways. Part of this is Chinese invasion, and the Chinese are also on the ground. They got a Confucius Institute we're going to drive by today, we have pressured. There was a second bridge across the Americas, this huge bridge that spans the Panama Canal, and many of them are walking over and busing over this same bridge. They need a new bridge. We stopped China from making it. We pressured Panama, said no, don't get the Chinese, but we don't really give a counter offer. We don't say, okay, we don't want the Chinese here, and we want Bechtel, Parsons, AECOM to come down here and do this infrastructure. In the old days, Bechtel would come down here to any of these countries and do this, and it was not only good for Bechtel, it was good for the country, it was good for America. Where are these infrastructure companies? We stopped this Chinese bridge, good, but they need a bridge. Where are the American companies to come down here and do it? Can we still build a bridge in America? Do we still have companies in America that can build bridges? I think we do. They're just too busy doing their CRT training and DEI training.
Well, how about our ambassador down there, Amante? What is he doing?
Yeah. Ambassador Aponte is very good at virtue signaling, very good at lecturing. Look at her bio: La Raza, hard left, and they had a press officer in the camp from the embassy. We may or may not talk to them today or over the weekend. And the press officer came up to one of our contacts and says, "We don't really like you, American." Some of the American right-wing journalists was the implication. And okay, well, American embassy is doing nothing. They're just doing nothing but virtue signaling. And come on, let's stop the flow, stop the chaos, because this hurts Panama too, because Panama's paying for most of this out of pocket to process all these migrants. That's coming. There's not a whole lot of American money from the embassy on the ground helping this. It's just this woke policy at the border is causing this flood and tsunami, which is crushing Panama. And Panama has still not recovered. President Cohen is really kind of left wing also. So Ponte, our ambassador, Cohen, the president, both left wingers. Most people down here are really pro-American. They want to see the Americans. Where are the Americans? And it's just there are American flags everywhere. There's maybe about 10% that are hardcore lefties in the population. Most are long for the days when Americans were here. This is almost like Subic Bay in the Philippines. You had hard lefties that kicked out the Americans, and they patted themselves on the back, and then within a few months they realized, oh my, we really wish the Americans would come back. Same thing with Puerto Rico. Same thing with Puerto Rico. Same process. Hardcore left wing groups push out the Americans. Here with the handover of the canal, there is nothing. In fact, technically, in the handover accord, we're still responsible for. There's still an American responsibility of defense of the canal if necessary. But there's nothing in the accords that said, Americans, you shall leave. But America has just dropped tools and left. I mean, this was like Bagram Air Force Base. We just left. There weren't Panamanians falling off of C-17s, but we left, and it created a huge vacuum here. And the Chinese have stepped in and said, well, if you're not gonna assert American interests right in your own front yard, we'll come in and do it. And it just created chaos, and the country has really not recovered from the authoritarian. They had a brutal lockdown, which the economy was rocking down here until that brutal lockdown. So you got a leftist president, you got a left of center American ambassador who wants to virtue signal, talk about transgender rights. The people down here couldn't care less about transgender rights. It's just we're just shoving this right, just crushing them with this lecturing and virtue signaling. We need to stop that. We need to start bringing American company down here, build a bridge. And the canal is historically low water, but because of several factors, all this hooey and silliness over climate change, not true. There's a number of things they could have done to address this drop of water. That means the ships can't come here through. They're fully loaded. They can't double lane the ships. Huge impact on world trade.